Hi, welcome to Lesson 22, Session 4. This is our refine session. This is where we take everything we've learned about multiplying fractions and word problems and we put it all together, as I always say, in a neat little package. I'm sure you're tired of that by now. But the whole point is we're taking everything that we've learned over the last three sessions plus today, and we're showing what we know all about multiplying fractions, which really is what we've been going over for the last few weeks. And now we're putting it into application. We're making it into real life word problems where I would say that some of the kids in my class say, Mrs. McGuire, when will we ever use this math? These are perfect examples of times when we will use this math. So we're going to be working on our on pages 453 through 456 in our Ready Classroom Math Workbook. So go ahead and take out your Ready Class Math Workbook now, and we will get going. All right, we are on page 453. And on page 453, we're looking at the first problem. The first problem says this. Josh exercises at the gym 3 3/4 hours a week. He spends two-fifths of his time at the gym lifting weights. How many hours a week does Josh spend lifting weights at the gym? Show your work. So we know this is the total amount of time he spends at the gym, and he spends two-fifths of this time lifting weights. So we're going to go ahead and just multiply those two fractions. Now remember, you need to turn this mixed number into an improper fraction before you can do your multiplication. We can't just multiply the fractions the way they are right now. So you need to use your best method to change this number here into an improper fraction, and then multiply it, get the new improper fraction and multiply it by 2/5 to get your answer. You will likely get another improper fraction as your answer, and then you're going to take that improper fraction and turn it back into a mixed number, which seems like a lot of extra work, but I promise it's all worth it to find out how many hours a week Josh spends lifting weights at the gym. Number two. Number two says this. A field is the shape of a rectangle, 5/6 of a mile long and 3/4 of a mile wide. What is the area of the field? Show your work. So remember that I wanted to just remind you that the area is the length times the width. So remember that you need to multiply the length times the width to find the area of the field, and then write your solution on the line. And remember, it's going to be in square miles, or a square of a square mile. Number three. Number three says this. Ari had 3/4 of a bag of popcorn. His friends ate 1/2 of his popcorn. What fraction of the whole bag of popcorn did Ari's family eat? So you're going to find out how much is 1/2 of 3/4, and then choose the answer that goes along with it. What is 1/2 of 3/4? That word of is a really big hint. Now, Kayla did not choose the correct answer. I will tell you that right now. Kayla chose A as the correct answer. Using your best sleuth skills, your best detective skills, I want you to tell me, how did Kayla get that answer? What did she do possibly, or how could she have gotten the answer of 1/4 when I'm just told you 1/4, not the answer? Number four. All right, number four takes a little bit of brain power. So not that you don't have that brain power, but I'm going to help you out. I remember doing this problem with my students last year, and it was kind of a big giant headache. So I'm hoping to alleviate some of that headache for you. So the problem says this. On Sunday, Kristen bought a carton of 24 bottles of water. So here are our 24 bottles of water. On Monday, Kristen drank 1/6 of the bottles in the carton. So on Monday, she drank 1/6 of 24 bottles. And I already turned that 24 into a fraction just so we had that ready to go. Then on Tuesday, Kristen drank 1/4 of the bottles that remained in the carton after Monday. That's the tricky part of this problem. Then we want to know which picture represents the number of bottles of water remaining in the carton after Kristen drank her water on Tuesday. So we've got some work to do. So I'm going to help you get all the way to Tuesday. And I think that once you see how I do Monday, you'll be able to figure out how to do Tuesday. So for Monday, we know that she drank 1/6 of the 24 bottles. So 1/6 times 24, or 24 over 1, because we can write the whole number 24 as a fraction, as making it 24 over 1. That would give us a product of 24 over 6. And we know that 24/6 if we see how many times 26 goes into 24, that is 4 times. So that means that she drank on Monday 4 bottles. You can't really read that. 4 bottles of water. So we now know she drank 4 bottles of water on Monday. We need to subtract those 4 bottles of water from Monday. So 24 bottles minus 4 means that on Tuesday morning when she got to work, she had 20 bottles left. So that 20 bottles is going to come over here. Now on Tuesday, she drank 1/4 of 20 bottles. So first of all, similarly to how I figured out how many she drank on Monday, you need to find out how many bottles of water she drank on Tuesday. But then you're not done yet. Then you need to take the 20 bottles and you need to subtract the amount of bottles that she drank on Tuesday to get your final answer of how many bottles she has left. Once you find out how many bottles she has left, you're going to find the picture that shows that many number of bottles of water. Now, I'm sure you probably could have gotten there on your own, but this last year was a beast. And so I just decided, especially because most of you are watching this on your own, to go ahead and give you a little bit of help. If you missed any of that, just go ahead and rewind the video and you can go back and watch again. All right, number 5. Number 5 says this: Milo's pancake recipe serves 9 servings. It calls for 3/4 of a cup of milk. Milo only, I'm going to add the word only there, only wants to make 6 servings. How much milk will he need? This one, again, little tricky. The book is really trying to make you think. Not that you can't think, but just making you think. So we know that if we make this pancake recipe, we know that we need 3/4 of a cup of milk, okay, based off of however much we need. Now, the recipe calls for 9 servings. So that means the recipe would make 9 equal parts. But we don't want to make 9 equal parts. We don't want to make 9 servings. We only want to make 6 servings. So we need to make our numerator 6, because while normally, if we wanted to know how much milk you would need for 9 servings, then you would know that you would use 3/4 of a cup of milk if you were making 9 servings. But we can't just figure out what 3/4 of 6 is, because that doesn't make sense. So we need to know what is 3/4 of 6/9, and that's going to tell us how much milk we need. Again, we only want 3/4 of 6/9 because we're only making 6/9 of the pancake recipe. And then your answer will go here on the line. Number 6. Number 6 says this: Jillian draws a rectangle with the dimensions shown below. What is the area of Jillian's rectangle? So remember, we know that area equals length times width. So we're simply just going to multiply our 2 2/5 times 4 1/8. But please remember that you cannot multiply it the way it is. You just can't. So you're going to need to go ahead and you're going to need to turn both of these into improper fractions and then multiply both of your improper fractions straight across. You'll likely get an improper fraction. Well, I know you will. And then you're going to take that improper fraction and turn it back into a mixed number to get the total area of Jillian's rectangle. Make sure you, I want to remind you, make sure you show all of your work, because sometimes we can give you partial credit even if you don't get every step 100% correct. Number 7 says, Lily paints 3 trees for a wall mural. The middle tree, I drew the 3 trees here for you. The middle tree is 2.5 feet tall. The tree on the left is 3/4 as tall as the middle tree. So the left tree is 3/4 times 2.5. Remember, you'll need to change 2.5 to an improper fraction to do the math, to multiply the numbers. The tree on the right is 1 3/4 times as tall as the middle tree. So this tree over here is 2.5 times 1 3/4. We want to know how tall is each tree. So the tree on the left is this expression or equation, and the tree on the right is this equation. Please go ahead, make sure you change your improper fractions, your mixed numbers into improper fractions, do the multiplication, and then write your answers on the solution line. Finally, on number 8, it says this: write a word problem for the expression 3.5 times 1/2. Use a visual model or an equation to show how to solve your problem. So you need to come up with something like, I needed 3.5, I can't even, let me think. You could say, I had a cat that was 3.5 feet tall, and my dog was half the size of my cat. And then you could say how big was my dog. That would work, something along that line. And then after you do that, then you need to solve the problem. What is 3.5 times 1/2? And with that, if you have any questions, you can always email your teacher. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.